Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of The Daily here with Andrew Wiebe. I'm Nick Forshaw, starting off with the talk of the office and North American soccer circles on this Wednesday morning. The U.S. national team with a big 1-0 win over Honduras on Tuesday night out at Rio Tinto Stadium, Sandy, Utah. It wasn't pretty, but they will definitely take the points. The U.S. now on top of the Hex at 13 points. They are inching closer, Andrew, to the road to Brazil.
Yeah, the magic number seems to be 16 points with 4 games to do it. It's pretty much a given now that Jurgen Klinsmann and his side are going to be headed to Brazil, as you said. But a huge performance once again from Jozy Altidore. What can you say about the guy? 15 months without a goal, 4 straight games with a goal. He's a part of 5 guys that have done that. Your Landon Donovans, Wijnaldum's, McBride's, even Eddie Johnson, of course. But 2 left-footed finishes. The one for the goal counted, of course, but he also had one that was called offside, and there's so many good signs to look at with him. No service in the first half, doesn't get frustrated, continues to hold the ball up, and then takes his chance in the second to give the U.S. this win. The other guy you look at in this game, Graham Zusi, really solidifying that place. You don't hear the talk. You don't hear, where is Landon Donovan? Well, that's because Graham Zusi has become a difference maker for this team, and I think other times, the U.S. might have won this one 3-0. Clint Dempsey, a couple headers that he missed. He'll be disappointed with those. The lone negative here, maybe some of those giveaways from the center backs, Matt Beasler and Omar Gonzalez, a few rough moments with the ball at their feet. They'll have to clean those up against teams that apply a little bit more pressure than Honduras. But overall, Jurgen Klinsmann has to be very, very happy. They got 2 months to celebrate 3 straight wins.
Well, our very own Matt Doyle was on the ground out in Salt Lake City. We kick it to the armchair analyst for more from Rio Tinto Stadium.
Thanks, guys. I'm here at Rio Tinto Stadium in Sandy, Utah, where the U.S. produced a hard-fought and, frankly, pretty ugly 1-0 win over Honduras. All that matters, though, is the 3 points. They got that on a late Jozy Altidore goal. They stay top of the hexagonal, 13 points. One more win probably sees them through. Do you have the finish line in sight? Do you feel like that?
You know, you're definitely getting excited, but I think for me personally, and I think for the rest of the team, is you can't get overly excited. We still have to get those points, and that's our mission. And I think everyone's really focused.
Well, next up for the U.S. national team, it's the Gold Cup starting next month. But for this group, the World Cup qualifiers resume early September. They're on the road at Costa Rica. Now, Costa Rica had a 2-0 win over Panama on Tuesday night. That means Costa Rica's right in the hunt there, 2 points back of the U.S. You can check out the standings for the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying hexagonal on MLSsoccer.com. Well, some MLS action on Wednesday night, 4 games in total, but we're going to look at 2, one from the East and one from the West, starting up at Stade Saputo, the Montreal Impact, at home against the Houston Dynamo. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern on MLS Live. This is an Impact team that has been the best team in the East so far this season, but coming off a disappointing performance against the Columbus Crew. Can the Dynamo go up north and get an upset here?
I think they can, but I think you'll see the Montreal Impact be a completely different team in this game. Coach called them timid after that loss in Columbus, and that's certainly not what this team has thrived on all year. They've taken it to other teams, especially at Stade Saputo. Marco Schallbaum back on the sidelines. I think he'll put the fire in them, the Swiss volcano, so to speak. He'll make sure this team knows that you have to hit the Dynamo early and you have to hit them hard. Houston has not scored in the first 15 minutes of games. If the Impact can take advantage, I think they hold on. They've got Nesta back, more leaders to drive them forward after such a disappointing loss.
And out west in the nightcap, it's a good one. The LA Galaxy at home against the Portland Timbers, 10:30 p.m. Eastern on MLS Live. We know all about the Portland Timbers, the hottest team maybe in the league right now. The Galaxy are going to get Robbie Keane back for this one, and Pablo Mastroeni expected to play. We don't know if he'll start or not, but it's a good game out west.
Yeah, I think the big one to watch in this one is, can Portland, can they stay unbeaten since the beginning of the season, essentially, and can they move to the top of the Western Conference? If they can win in LA, not only notch that statement win, but move to the top of the West, you have to start talking about Caleb Porter as Coach of the Year if he's not already at the top of your lists. The interesting thing for me is, what are they going to do up top? Ryan Johnson back now. Frederic Picayune, he has not exactly been the answer. They've relied on Nagby, some of those midfielders. How does that shake out? You know that the Galaxy will have the firepower. When Keane's back, it just seems like Landon Donovan becomes a completely different player, and they'll certainly want to make a statement at home as well.
Well, there's 2 other games on the docket. Make sure you log on MLSsoccer.com/schedule to get all the details of that, and keep it tuned to the site on this Wednesday for March to the Match. The podcast comes out probably looking back at the U.S. national team's result, I have to assume. That's what the guys, Jonah Freeman and Matt Doyle, will do. And also, Anatomy of a Goal, Greg Lawless's weekly series taking a look at one of the best goals in MLS action. You can find all that and more on MLSsoccer.com.